Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lines TV, and today we have some big stories to discuss and break down. I'm going to be discussing Romelu Lukaku. I'll be discussing Tapsoba from Bayer Leverkusen, Julian Weigl, and Callum Hudson Odoi. So this is going to be another jam-packed news daily video, you guys. Show us some love, smash that like button, help me get over 3,000 likes for today's video. And one quick plug out of the way first, you guys. Obviously, if you have not bought the new home season kits already, then what are you waiting for, you guys? What are you waiting for? Right now, you can use my discount code NINI10 to get 10% off your full final order. And all you have to do is go to the description below and click on the relevant affiliate link. I'll tell you one thing, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of comments saying that the shirt looks really nice to me and it's persuading you guys to get it. I'm telling you guys in person, now this has grown on me, I'm not gonna lie. I do like it. I do like it. This definitely has grown on me, and I'm just waiting to get another one with the 2 stars. So of course, you guys, you know what to do. And without wasting any more time, we start today by discussing the first story in Julian Weigl. Now, Julian Weigl, this is a very familiar name. Of course, Thomas Tuchel was the first one to give him an opportunity to make his name in football. Back in Dortmund, he had a very essential part tactically where he was the one receiving passes from the defense, receiving on the half turn, looking to find players between the lines in Gundogan and Kagawa. And, unsurprisingly, there are many similarities between him and Jorginho. So it was a bit of a surprise that when Tuchel left, Dortmund didn't necessarily need his services anymore. He signed for Benfica for 20 million. And you guys, the big reports coming out from Portugal suggest that Benfica would be open to selling him for around 30 million. Now, I think straight off the bat, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. And, one thing that we have to know is that this price, it literally just confirms that if we want him, that's how much we can sign him for. Right now, he is the third choice option. I'm going to use the story to provide some context and insight behind how deals normally work in football. So let's say, we are looking at a CM, a DM. There's maybe 3 candidates on the market right now. We're not going to start with the first one and focus all our attentions on our leading target. We're going to speak to all of them at the same time. We're going to speak to all of them. We're going to sell the club to them. We're going to tell them how we want to use them tactically, what their wages are, the contract length, clauses, etc., etc. And, the reason why they'd be the best fit for us. And of course, once we do that, once we find out the terms of each candidate, how much we can get them for, which one's better business, etc., etc., that's when the beauty of things starts to happen, you guys. So, I'm saying this because you can apply what I'm saying to the other positions we're looking for, the other players that we're looking at to fill those positions. And all I can tell you is right now, you guys, the club aren't looking to waste time when it comes to getting deals done. Already, planned talks will be happening. Planned talks will be going ahead. I'll tell you that Tremeni will be another one that will be spoken to soon as well. That doesn't mean that he's definitely been signed. Rice is still the main candidate. However, this is an example, I'm just saying, of how we are looking to get things done straight away. I think this is beautiful. When you win a Champions League, I feel like you get that Champions League clout and tax where it allows you to do things that you're not normally allowed to do in other windows. So I think due to the incredible win, for me, a Champions League win that's even better than the one against Bayern Munich all those years back. This is the time to take advantage of the situation. And right now, you guys, we move on to the second story today. And I have an update surrounding Romelu Lukaku. Now, it might be a little bit disappointing to hear. Who knows if it spells the end entirely, but at this point in time, and only at this point in time, Lukaku's already spoken to the manager in charge, Simone Inzaghi, the new one. And one thing that Lukaku said, from what I heard, is that as long as Lautaro Martinez and Barella remain, 2 key players, 2 star players at Inter Milan, Lukaku could commit himself to Inter and remain there. One of the reasons behind that as well is that, from what I've heard, potentially, he isn't the leading number 1 like that. And if Lukaku was to come back to the club, he wants to feel loved. He wants to feel appreciated. And what I'm hearing is a bit conflicting, but I'm hearing that, we won't break the bank to sign him. We won't spend over 100 million to sign Lukaku. If he's available for around 80 and it's good business, we'll look into that. But at this point in time, things for Lukaku are seeming a bit iffy, but it brings up interesting questions in regards to maybe Erling Haaland. Of course, we never gave up on that deal, not at all. And yeah, you know, it's a bit disappointing to hear. I'm sure things can change as time does go on though, you know, these things happen. And unsurprisingly too, you know, of course, well-renowned Belgian journalist Christophe Terrera did obviously report the news as well today. But, you know, all I'm going to say to end this story, and it's a very brief one, is that this does not exactly spell the end 100%. It just means that if we want to sign Lukaku, we're really going to have to, you know, show him that we want him. Show him that love. With his wages, he'd easily have to be the guy who's earning the most money at the club. I heard he still feels like he has unfinished business with us. So right now, you guys, it's a challenge on our part now to show how serious we are to make this deal happen. For me personally, I think he's more of a realistic candidate compared to Haaland. However, you know, the club, as we all know, we're only going for number 1 options and number 2 options. We don't know yet if Haaland is off the market. We have heard small updates that Haaland will discuss his future after the Euros. And even though Dortmund do not want to sell him, if crazy money came in, of course, business can be done. So, you know, this transfer saga when it comes to signing a striker, you can tell it's going to absolutely dominate this entire summer periods. It's going to be very exciting, you guys. Again, don't be too downbeat. It's just the start of things to come. And now we move on to another big story today. We return back to Bayer Leverkusen, and we're now going to discuss Tapsoba, one of the best young defenders, I would actually have to say, in Europe right now. Now, his transformation has been absolutely mad. He signed recently from Victoria Guimaraes, and you know, he signed for pretty decent money, around 16-17 million. Since he signed for Leverkusen, as he said himself, he was showing support from the management, the players, the structures behind the scenes, and due to that confidence instilled in him, it allowed him to instantly play his game and show the rest of the Bundesliga and Europe what a talent and what he's really about. If you guys don't know Tapsoba, for me, you know, definitely modern day centre back, and you know, he has all those little key details and criteria I personally look for. I got to see a defender that is composed on the ball. You know, if he's getting pressed, he's not going to panic and hoof the ball away or look to play a safe pass backwards or, you know, just put another teammate under pressure. He has the ability to, you know, keep hold of the ball, play out of situations. Of course, he can carry the ball too, being a man taking it forwards. And another thing too that I think has definitely got bear out in the Bundesliga. You know, even though we do criticise that league, there's a lot of space there, and there's a lot of teams that play on the counter-attack, which means that, you know, defenders have to be good 1v1. And of course, when you apply that type of style to, you know, a team like us, a team where we're going to be on the front foot, we're going to be on an opponent's half, and we're going to have to mitigate their counter-attacking opportunities. If we're playing like that with a higher line to, you want to have a defender that you can trust, you know, is going to win most of his duels, and Tapsoba does that aerially and on the grounds. On top of that too, he's one of the defenders that plays excellent passes. You know, a bit Rudiger-esque in that sense, without the, I'd say the meanness, to be honest. But yeah, I think this guy is a serious talent. And as I said in yesterday's video, when I discussed the transfer shortlist, I recommend you guys pay attention and give that a watch. You find it in the card above. Out of your Christensens, your Silvers, Zumas and Rudigers, Zuma and Rudiger are the two more likely to leave. Now, that doesn't mean the club looks to sell them on. I was seeing people in the comments completely misunderstand what I clearly said in the video. But the reality is that Zuma, of course, you know, he wasn't playing as much. He wants to play consistently. He may consider his future. And it's the same thing with Rudiger, as he didn't really appreciate how he was straight at the start of the season, and as well as some other behind the scenes stuff as well. So, you know, it's only natural then that the club would turn towards a defender in the market if one of them does go. As I said, Tuchel, he is happy with the defense he already possesses. However, a defender would be a club target, and Tapsoba could be an extremely interesting one, considering that there's a price tag revealed in the reports from Germany that he could be sold for around 51 million. His contract expires in 2026. Leverkusen knew immediately the potential this guy had, so it's only natural that he's going to cost a ton of money. But to end my point very quickly, you guys, if we are going to let go of a defender, please give Marc Guéhi an opportunity. And you know, I don't care what anyone says. One of the main reasons I even started this channel, to be honest, was because, you know, I've always been in a Cobham boy, an academy guy. I knew the talent we had, the potential we had. And for me, if everyone just watched them and saw, I feel like people would come to the same conclusions themselves. So when I saw that Champions League been dominated by guys that I've been watching from years back doing their thing, back at Cobham, being some of the main reasons behind our Champions League win. That just vindicated for me why we have to fully back that project and go all the way. So if there's spots open, let's look to what we have, because we really have one of the very best in the world that can keep supplementing this team for years and years to come, you guys. And now we end things with the final story today, and we discuss Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, this report is pure speculation, but the fact that this involves Bayern Munich, for me, it is an interesting conversation point to have. Now, reality is, we all know that Douglas Costa, he's returned back to Brazil, and that means that Bayern Munich are now short by another winger. Straight off the bat, I can tell some people might think, okay, obviously you're alluding to the fact that Bayern could be showing interest in Hudson-Odoi, and if Hudson wants to go there, wouldn't it be dumb if he has guys like Sane, Gnabry and Coleman ahead of him? But what I say to that is, if you have any hopes of playing for one of the very best teams, competition like that is standards, it's part and parcel. There's a reason why Lampard was conditioning these guys to get used to that and accept it. But for me, if Bayern were to go in for him, and Callum hypothetically considered that, that would tell me that maybe he feels that his career would progress better there and he'd get more game time playing on the left wing. Now, I did a video a few months back where Thomas Tuchel, of course, just spoke to the squad of the players, speaking about future plans for next season. Naturally, he came in during a very difficult part where there was no time to work on other tactics and structures, but for the full pre-season, I think we're going to see the team shine, and Tuchel shine even more for next season. So of course, there's opportunities now for your Callums and Codes to get the game time in areas they want. Let's hope that is the case, you guys. I think Callum is an incredible player, 2-in-1 type of player, where not only can he, cut inside, beat his man, have that goal threat, but he has that playmaking ability on top. I mean, the way he passes the ball with pace. That's why even when he, was a bit mids last season, he still didn't look bad, because, even if he isn't going to run at men, he can still move the ball extremely well. Let's hope that there is going to be a future for him in his best position, you guys, because I think it'd be a shame to lose a talent like that straight away. But when reports come out suggesting that the club could potentially be open to a loan spell where Callum was to get consistent game time elsewhere, if Bayern do come in for the fourth time, who knows what can happen. What I'm going to say is that with their other two bids, they had a 35 million bid that was turned down outright, and obviously for the final one, that was a loan fee with the option to buy at 70 million, which was also turned down as well. So now is the time to show Callum what we're really about. And you guys, on that note, I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lines TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.